Okay, so welcome everybody to week 2 of the intermediate women's Mind Like Me program, online training program. I was thinking, what are we actually doing, and who have we got this evening? So you're all very welcome. Before we get started, I just want to address, because I've had a couple of questions in about training peaks, and I haven't got back to people today about you know, they're on different weeks or different days uploading. I will get back to you. I just don't have the answer right now. That's why I haven't got back. And then as well, Saturday's session this week and the following week, there isn't a time, but Jamie has left it open to whatever time you have, but he said have it approximately 2 hours if you need to have a time. But I will put that in an email tomorrow anyway. But I'll hand you over to Eve. Eve, there's loads of questions in already from during the week, so I'll ask you at appropriate times.
When my mouth isn't full of food, stuff in my mouth.
So yeah, off you go. I'll
Okay. Sorry, ladies, speaking with my mouth full. I'm very rude, but I see. I'm just going to start the head unit. I'm conscious of time, and it's 1 hour and 8 minutes. So if everybody has watched whatever they have, head unit in 3, 2, 1, go. Sorry, excuse me, I'm going to get rid of this food. This is just a warm-up, so just 10 minutes, nice and easy. I see a message come in there from a lady that she's going to be out of sync. What kind of head unit do you have? If you can just message, I don't know who messaged that, but all right, okay, so it's a Wahoo. See the arrows in the middle of your head unit? Press it and then skip. So when we get, just don't do it yet, when we get to 10 minutes, press the middle button and then the button on the right hand side of it, and it'll skip you to the next session, to the next step. Do you understand me? Yeah, so even if you want to come off mute, I can talk you through it to make sure you have it. So if anybody doesn't have a head unit and you might be out of sync, just for tonight, just follow me. It's just 10-minute warm-up. It's not a 20-minute warm-up.
Yeah, that was me there. I found it now. Thanks.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Cool. Oh, Grania, okay. Yeah, I see it. Cool. That took me about 2 years to figure out you could do that with a pad workout.
Never seen it before.
Yeah. Yeah, it just kind of skips you. It skips you on to the next.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
to the next.
Great.
Sorry, excuse me, ladies, that went down the wrong way. Making it flapjack.
There's also been a tip in here. So those who have the dates wrong on Training Peaks, you can adjust the dates in a sidebar on the left, and that's coming from Vicky. So I'll go onto my account here and see, can I do it? But yeah, so on the left, there should be a bar that you can adjust the dates. So thanks for that, Vicky.
Thank you. We can all help each other. So today's session, ladies, is an aerobics endurance session. There's a bit of cadence work in it. So there is low cadence, so try and select your gear for that. The low cadence would mean that your legs are going pretty slow, kind of simulating as if you're going up a steep hill. Jamie would have that in the description of the session. So we'll talk more as we go through it. The last 10 minutes, there's a bit of work in it. It's 90% of your max heart rate. So Jamie was telling me that you all did a max heart rate test at the weekend. So just in case anybody doesn't know what 90% is, just try and figure it out now. So by the time we get to it, you'll have an idea where your heart rate should be. And if you don't have a heart rate monitor, that's absolutely fine. It'll be effort level level 7, 8. So it will be, and there's cadence work in that too. 2 minutes high cadence, 2 minutes low cadence. When we get there, we can talk more. God, that absolutely went down the wrong way. And you're afraid to cough. Does anybody else feel that when the cough is like, you have to go, I'm coughing, I'm sorry, I don't have COVID.
I was just thinking, I was like, oh no, I'll be getting all these messages now. I'll be like, is Eve okay? Does she have COVID?
No, I don't. I had a Flavin's flapjack in one go, in one mouthful. Is there any questions there you want me to ask just or answer when we're in the warm up?
Yeah, let me just get them up here now, actually.
Okay. So just nice and warm up now, you're 5 minutes done. So keep the effort level at 3. If I always seem sometimes I repeat myself, but I'm conscious of maybe somebody just hopping in for the first time tonight. So if you are brand new, you're very welcome. We will be going on RPE, the rate of perceived exertion. So it's a scale 0 or 1 to 10. So when I say 3, that's the effort level I want you to feel. So 5 is midway, you should still be able to talk. Anything above 5, you're working, you can feel yourself working. 7, 8 is hard, and obviously 10 is as hard as you can go, but you won't be doing that. So this is effort level 3. You don't always have to have gadgets for these sessions. You can go by my cues and feel, and that's perfectly fine. It's all about just enjoying yourself a little bit, fit and healthy.
So Eve, yeah, there was a good few questions in around cadence and around the small ring versus the big ring. When should I be in the small ring? All that. So could you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so the small ring is the easier ring. You have 2 rings on the bike. As you said, small and big. I would do all my warm up in the small ring. If you're going up a hill, you'd be in the small ring. The big ring is just harder on your legs, but you can still control the gears at the back of the bike. So let me see. Your warm up is always in the small ring. Your spin ups that we did last week, you can do them in the small ring as well, because it's not about power, it's about speed. So your legs will be faster. It's an easier gear, there's less resistance on the bike in the small gear, the middle of the block, whereas if you put it into the big ring and the middle of the block at the back, your legs will just be slower. It's a slower cadence because it's a harder gear. Like if you were doing a time trial or a duathlon, or you had a tailwind, or you were just cruising along in zone 2, zone 3, 4, you're going to need the big ring. Otherwise, your legs will be going too fast, you'll have no bite in the pedal, and the bike will just run away with you. So you'll get the feel of it. You'll get to know if it's too easy. If it feels too easy, it is too easy. And if you've no more gears at the back, you should be in the big ring. But for warm up and cool down, the wee ring.
And then there was a few questions as well in about, cadence and maintaining cadence, and perhaps not being able to maintain the cadence that was set. So maybe could you talk a little bit about that, and perhaps maybe in terms of like getting people to stay at their own cadence rather than trying to kill them and get a higher cadence, all that kind of.
Yeah, see, it will come with fitness too, ladies, and if you're just not there yet, that's okay. And just because it says it on the sheet doesn't mean you have to do it. Just knock it back a bit. Like if over 100 cadence is just too much for you, just come back to 90 and you will get it. It's just the cadence work is to make you more efficient on the bike. Like when you're on the road, you're not going to be the one leg speed all the time. You have to change to suit the road, or if you're in a race, you have to follow an attack, or if you're on your own in a triathlon, it changes with the gradient of the road. So it's just teaching you and training to be efficient, like a pedal, to be efficient as you pedal. But they are hard, and the high cadence work is like a high heart rate. So like when I do it, I find it really hard. So just because you're finding it really hard doesn't mean you're doing it wrong. It's just training. It's like going out to run 10 kilometers, which would be, to run it fast is going to be really, really hard. But the more you train it, the better you will get at it. Don't overthink it. If it genuinely is absolutely killing you, just pull it back a bit. Just once your bum, if your bum is flapping about or jumping about on the saddle, you have the gear selection wrong. You just need to put it in a harder gear and get your legs moving faster. So in 20 seconds, we're going to do 4 minutes at low cadence. So you can use your big ring for this. It's 50 to 60 reps per minute in 10 seconds at effort level 8. So it's nice and low. 3, 2, 1. So find your gear, 50 to 60 RPM. I'll get it on my bike so you'll have a visual of what 60 is. So let me see. That's 58 there. So that's the speed of my legs. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Nice and slow. So slow, still hard, effort level 8. So the power here, if anybody has power in front of them, is probably high. That's okay. Vicky, slow down your legs. Go into a harder gear. I can just see you in front of my screen. I'm not picking you out. So nice and slow. You'll feel your glutes working here. Feel your quads. Everything is nice and tight. 2.5 minutes. So this is definitely a big ring push. Is that okay? Did anybody ask? Anything else?
Yeah, so have you got a guideline, kind of a rough guideline for, say, what you would normally, in terms of cadence, like what would be a normal cadence, what would you be doing uphill, etc., against somebody asking around that?
Yeah, so 90 cadence is usually on the road, you'd be kind of sitting at 90. To be I don't want to use the word norm because everybody's different, but 90 cadence would be if you're out for your road spin. Like you wouldn't be out for a road spin like this. It would just take way too much out of your legs. So you should really feel this, ladies, because it is effort level 8. So you're really working hard and pushing that big gear. And you find when you push these big gears and then you go back to an easier gear, it feels lovely. So 1 minute left. Keep that cadence nice and low. Get your glutes working. Don't let them switch off. Use that big muscle. Help push your legs. Just feel your pedal stroke into a nice rhythm. and everything is nice and still. You're just working from the waist down. "20 seconds left. So you can remember your gear for the next one. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now you can go into your small ring. Let the legs spin. Doesn't that feel nice? Just to switch back to faster legs. Nothing too crazy. It's 3-minute like recovery, but still feeling the bite in the pedal. So don't switch off completely.
Okay, so a couple of questions have come in. So some sprints coming up in the weekend's workout. Can you run through good sprint form, please?
Okay, well, number one, I'm not an outright sprinter. So I can only, I suppose, guide. I say I need to look, Elaine, I need to look at the session.
Okay, I'll have a look at it.
Yeah, it's very hard for me. Whoever's asking that, actually, just message me and I can look at the session. But if you're on the road, just pick a nice quiet road. Try not to do that turning into a headwind either. And if you're doing it, if there's a few sprints, 9 times out of 10, you'll get the first one wrong. That's okay. You'll learn from it and do the next one. You'll be on the drops, which is on the bars at the bottom. And I don't know whether they're in saddle or out of the saddle sprints. But a sprint is full gas, if that's what the session says. So I will look at it and send me a message and I'll talk you through it then.
Another question here. What's it like to cycle in a velodrome? It's on a bucket list.
Yeah, I do like it, but it's like a thorn in my side because we don't have one here, and I find it very, I just don't like going to competition thinking that another nation had, an advantage over me. So, but that's just my bad. We're definitely prepared for it, but it's an amazing feeling when you're up high in the banks and you come down nice and fast. So if you can absolutely do. The women's cycling Ireland, they do run events over there to the track, so you can look into that too. 10 seconds, and you pick that hard gear again, and then work hard in that low gear for 4 minutes. That's it. So just to give you an idea of the gear that I'm in the big ring, and I've only 2 gears left on the bottom of the block. So I'm in the 3rd last gear in the back of the block. And that's given me 60 RPM. And don't forget to breathe here too. Just practice your breathing. All right, Lynn?
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't realize I was off mute, and I was like, oh no, you can hear the rain probably.
Oh, no, is it raining? Okay.
Melting down here. There's another question. I don't know if you want it now or do you want to wait till your recovery?
No, go ahead. I love this kind of work. I can do this work all day.
So this lady here has a resting heart rate in the low 40s.
Wow.
Relatively fit for her age. Does this mean that my max heart rate should be lower? As she was surprised it wasn't higher than what it was in the heart rate test. So she's wondering whether it's that, or maybe perhaps she didn't push herself enough.
So what she thinks the max heart rate is low.
Yeah, it was 140.
The max heart rate was 140, or the resting heart rate?
No, so the max heart rate was 140 and her resting is low 40s.
That doesn't sound right. She'd nearly have to do that again. 140 is really, I don't ask the lady her age, but yet again, if she puts it, maybe sends me a message, that's low. I'm 42, my max heart rate's about 180. My resting heart rate is actually quite high. I'd be 50, between 50 and 57. So now, when I'm training, I would train in zone 2 at 140 beats per minute. Like, your max heart rate is like you're going to die. You can't push anymore. So if you finished it going, oh, is that done? You didn't do it hard enough.
Yeah, so the general kind of blurb on max heart rate is like 220 minus your age.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
kind of the,
Yeah.
average. If you weren't doing a test, that's the way you would work it out.
Yeah.
So,
and you can gauge it on that, like that I said 180, but I haven't seen 180 in a long time. So 178, yeah, it is a good gauge. You wouldn't be too far off, but 140 is very low.
and the fact that if you're asking, maybe I didn't push myself enough, if you're asking that, then it's like, maybe.
3, 2, 1, ease off.
But yeah, those sessions are horrible, as you were saying, Eve, like nothing else left to give. Like,
yeah, they're really hard, ladies, and like the best way, I think, if anybody is on Swift to do those sessions, do something like that on Swift. Or if you have a friend that's on Zoom and the two of you do it together, or you have somebody with you that's shouting at you. Like, some people respond so well to somebody pushing them beside them. I do anyway, but others can do it on their own. Or you can do it on a hill, either. So if you go from point to point on a hill that's anything over 3 minutes long, if you get to the top of that hill, you're going to fall off the bike. That's your max heart rate. So just under 2 minutes left. Nice and easy. Don't forget to drink. Be interested to see how you find this type of session, as compared to the other ones. Everybody differs. I like these sessions. I love the low cadence work. I'll be on Jenkinstown Hill tomorrow. Good woman, Orla. Bottom to top. 10 minutes. Jenkinstown Hill is beside me, ladies, so Orla lives beside me and it's a horrible hill. Yeah, Orla, if you do that hill at the top of it, you will get a max heart rate if you go up it as fast as you can from bottom to top. So just 30 seconds left. What cadence do you recommend for easy? I'm at 90. I just seem to settle on 90. That's where I'm comfortable. I'm in the small ring, the middle of the block, the back. Out to Swift, yeah. Yeah, you just, if you pick, sorry, 3, 2, 1, back to low cadence work. If you pick an event or pick a hill, you'll get the best out of yourself. So nice and low, ladies. This is the third one. We have 4 of these to do. Just think, if you're on a hill and you're really grinding up that hill. Good work.
Eve, I'm not sure if you can answer this. So the Training Peaks workout wasn't showing correctly on Zwift. Any idea?
Okay. Yeah, I don't put my TP up on Zwift. I don't know. I haven't put up my workout, but I can find out.
I was going to say I'll find out and
yeah,
email tomorrow.
Yeah, I can find that out, Elaine. I'll message you.
We're not the greatest technical experts, are we?
Yeah, yeah. I just follow my own workout on Zwift. I don't connect the two.
Oh,
Yeah,
so it doesn't show on Zwift because it's heart rate based.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So perhaps,
if you get added, sadly, you'll have to go down a harder gear. Good work.
oh yeah,
2 minutes.
I was going to say, Helen, you are right because it shows workouts based on power. Yeah, you're exactly right.
If you're out of the saddle, your legs will be burning. Keep going now. Keep that cadence slow. Good work. If you want to get out, get out. My calf is just giving me trouble, so it just relieves it a bit when I'm out of the saddle. If you're out of the saddle, stay in the hoods. Yeah, that's better. Good work. 1 minute left. Push now. You should really feel this. If you sit back down, keep the gear and just drive it on. Yep. Good work. 30 seconds. Nearly there. Twenty seconds. It's like a weight session. 10. 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's it. Get your breath. Nice and easy pedaling. I love to see, I don't know who that is, in the middle with the daughter in the background training. Oh, I love it. Brilliant. Hi.
She's a little bit embarrassed now.
Oh, sorry, don't be. You're absolutely amazing.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Amazing. Well done. 2 minutes left. Nice and easy. Anything in there, Lynn? Yeah.
No, I was going to say it's just a family affair, isn't it? It's great.
Oh, it's great. Yeah, yeah. And the weather's getting better. I just think, does everybody feel a little bit lighter in their heads this week?
Yes, I had a lovely walk before work this morning.
Yeah, I really do. Just, I have to say, I've never ever felt as down. I wouldn't say down. I don't like that word. Maybe like fatigued or just lazy in myself. Just out of the routine and not getting up as early in the morning. It's awful.
Yeah, the weather makes such a difference, doesn't it? So
yeah, it really, really does. It really does. I felt so much better today. So just 1 minute left, and then we have one. Weather's still a bit. Oh, sorry, in the west coast.
Yeah, it is. Do you know what?
Okay.
The morning was beautiful here.
Yeah.
On Don and Kerry, for anyone who doesn't know. Yeah, the morning was beautiful, and then kind of come, I'd say 11 o'clock then, and the rain started. So.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, even if you get out early, just even for a walk, just. So just 30 seconds, then we have the last one.
So questions come in about can we substitute some cycles for runs?
It depends on what your goal is. You know, like if you're doing triathlon or duathlon, absolutely put your runs in. You know, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know, you have to fit it in to your lifestyle as well. And if you love running, go out and run. Absolutely. Like if it's a low heart rate bike, do a low heart rate run, vice versa.
I think you hit the nail on the head there with you've got to enjoy it and do it for the love of it, you know.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And that goes for any exercise, you know. People who say, oh, I don't exercise because I don't enjoy it. Well, there's something out there for everybody, like even dance, like that's a kind of exercise, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Just some days it's just really difficult to get all your kit on you to go for a bike ride. It's much easier to put a pair of runners on. So it's how you feel when you finish the session is most important. Let's keep that cadence nice and low. In a hard gear here. 2.5 minutes left. Just over. I can still talk a little if anything does come in.
Yeah, no, there's nothing. I'd say everyone's probably working too hard. Is that it?
Good. Yeah.
Oh, there's always a lot of love as well for people who can actually be on the bike and type. I get a lot of emails in being like, I don't know how people can do this.
Yeah, I know, yeah. It's quite difficult. So just under 2 minutes. I took up yoga in the morning for Lent. So I downloaded an app for yoga. And actually,
What app are you using?
I'll check it now. See, yoga, down dog.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask, is it the down dog? Down dog. Great app.
Yeah.
Because what I like about it, you can pick like your minutes, you can pick how, like whether you're a beginner, intermediate, what
Yeah.
kind of thing, like, yeah. Right.
And I'm a beginner, that's for certain. I'm an embarrassment to myself. I'm actually quite flexible in my hips, but
Are you?
oh my God, I don't know how they get into some of those positions.
Oh, it's gonna be so addictive. You should document that journey. That'll be really interesting.
Oh Jesus, yeah. I must. 30 seconds left, ladies. I know the legs are tired here. Keep on it. $15. Good work. Three, two, one. 3 minutes.
There's question about what type of turbo do you use? Oh my God, that's a tongue twister.
I have a kicker bike, so it's a full bike, but I have a kicker turbo as well. So I have the two of them. Sometimes the two of us train at the same time, so that's why we race on Swift at the same time. So that's why they're both Wahoo, and my head unit is Wahoo, and heart rate strap, everything is.
So what yoga workout did you do this morning?
This is the easiest one. I don't know what it was called, Elaine. It was only 15 minutes, or 20 minutes. And just as I lay down for the 3 minutes of calm, my eldest daughter walked in.
Did you kick her out?
I was like, she wouldn't be up at this time in the morning if it was school. And then she's on midterm, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Oh, I tell you.
A lot of mums could probably relate to that.
I know. Don't forget to drink, ladies, because the next 20 minutes, there is a bit of work in it now, so make sure you get your fluids in. So the next block is in 1 minute, and it's just 10 minutes of, say, base. So if you found the last 4 blocks hard, just go a bit easier on yourself here to recover for the next 10 minutes. But if you're okay, and you found that okay, this will be effort level 5 to 6. So you're pushing on to your top, but mid zone 2. If you felt okay. So this is just your base, 10 minutes, something that you would do if you're right side. So we go in 20 seconds, and I will use the big ring for this, and I will sit at 90 cadence. The screen view changed on my laptop, and so it was like, okay, 10 minutes, off we go. And oh my God, I am like Casper the Friendly Ghost, I'm so white.
Oh, where it's like on my screen, then you're not.
Oh, Jesus.
But I think
See?
you look beautiful.
I'm like see-through. So that's it, ladies. So 10 minutes of pushing on the pedals, nice and steady. Get into a rhythm, 90 cadence, mid-zone 2, depending how you're feeling. Your effort level is either 2 up to 6. So pick where you feel that you will still get the next block of 10 minutes out of yourself. So this is for you to judge where you're at. 9 minutes left. I had my daughter out today, Elaine, on her new bike.
Oh, how are
Yeah.
you?
Oh, she was great.
Was she
Tell you, it's so good to get the kids out when they're young, because they just don't have that fear that we have as adults.
Yeah.
You know, like we come back in to the house and she's like, Mom, look, and I'm like, here she is, the hands up.
Wow.
I'm going, oh my God.
Do you remember riding your bike for the first time without stabilizers?
No, no. I don't remember riding a bike until I was 28. That's the truth.
Yeah, that's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wonder, do many people, for me, I distinctly remember that moment.
Yeah. I never put the kids in stabilizers. I had them on the balance.
The balance
Bike.
bike.
Yeah.
I wonder, did they exist when I was young? Because I don't ever remember them.
Yeah. Good work, everybody. 7.5 minutes. Just keep putting power through those pedals. Effort level and how you feel between 2 to 6. That's it. So this really is the type, sorry, go ahead. Really is the type of session, ladies, where you're getting your muscles used to the effort without kind of hammering your heart and lungs. So you're working, but I always call it, it's like doably hard. So you're able to do it, but you're not going hammer and tongs. It's just getting the muscles ready to change pace, to react to the road, to react to a situation, to be in a time trial, to be in a triathlon, where you might have to go a bit harder, lower cadence at times. Well, that's it.
What's your RPM in this 10 minutes?
I'm at 90. 85 to 90 is enough. Even if 85. I'm just comfortable at 85 to 90. Then I have a friend who would sit at 65 all day. But I'm trying to get her more efficient, the higher cadence. Because it just definitely zaps your legs. And you know, I was just teaching my daughter today, so I'll just say it here, I suppose. I didn't realise it when I started cycling first, but you're in the big ring, you get to a traffic light, don't start out of the red light in the big ring. Knock it down into the small ring until you get going. And then, when you're up to speed, put it up into the big ring. Just means that some people get to a stop sign in a hard gear, then they're trying to cross the road, and it's like, ooh, and there's a truck coming. So I was teaching her that today. Happy birthday to Paula. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, Paula.
Paula is now mortified.
Have a cake. Big lump of cake. So just 4 minutes left, just over 4 minutes. So still endurance work. Your heart rate shouldn't be through the roof here.
Are you a good singer, Eve?
No, no. I wouldn't even dream of it.
You hit the high notes. We could do a duet.
Yeah. Oh God. They wouldn't come back.
That's true for me too. I sent my it was my friend's daughter, it was her 12th birthday yesterday, so I sent a voice note.
Oh,
And like I do just take the piss with like going into the high notes, and the poor 12-year-old, she was just like, that was wonderful, thank you so much.
oh, very good.
Yeah.
Like most 12-year-olds, embarrassed.
Mortified and was like, oh, thanks for that.
So just under 3 minutes left. And then we've 10 minutes, but it's broken up into 2 minutes. So 2 minutes at 95 RPM, and then 2 minutes at 60. But it's 90% of your max heart rate. So an example for me, 90%, my max heart rate is 162 beats. So for 10 minutes, I will aim to be in the 160s. If your max heart rate is 170, you'd be in the 150s. So I'll just give you an example. So for the whole 10 minutes, it's 90% of your max heart rate, regardless of what cadence you're in. Hello. Sorry. So 90 seconds left, and we're going to start with 95 RPM. So quick enough legs and get the heart rate. It will come up gradually. What RPE will that be? 7. So it's like your high zone 3, it's like zone 3 work, but it's like even into under threshold work. So it won't be easier. It won't be easy, but it shouldn't be now that you're dead either. So, but it is a bit of work. It's only 10 minutes, and then we're done. So concentrate, full concentration. You'll get through it. It's broken up. To fly by. And it'll be all in the big ring. For the whole thing, you should be in the big ring now anyway. So you have just 20 seconds left. Take a drink if you need it. I'm like one of those feeders. Drink, eat.
Mrs. Doyle.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. So you probably choose an easier gear than what you're in for that 95 cadence. So your legs be going quick. But again, no bouncing on the saddle. That's it. You'll find when the low cadence comes in, it's nearly like recovery, but it's not. It'll just feel a little bit easier than the 95. So I'm still climbing in to my heart rate. Takes a bit for your heart rate to respond. So people who work in heart rate tend to go too hard power-wise for the heart rate to respond immediately, but it doesn't. So I'm in it now. So that took a minute and 10. And 160 beats for me is tough. Good work. Stay on it now. 95. Effort level 7. So you can hear my breath. You should be finding it difficult to speak if you had to. So you have 10 seconds, and you're going to put it in to a harder gear, lower cadence, 60 RPM. Now, knock it down. That's it. Low legs, low speed, low cadence. Drive it on. Your quads could be burning. That's okay. Push through it. It's not recovery, but should feel a little bit easier just because it's change of cadence. Your heart rate might come down a bit. I'll push on to get it back up. Good work, everybody. If anyone's asking me questions about this, you can ask me, Elaine.
Yeah, no, there was just one here about cramps and what causes it and how to prevent it.
Probably hydration. Yeah. Just make sure you're hydrated, ladies. Definitely. I can put a tablet in your bottle. I'm just so used to having, I always have a mix in my bottle.
Maybe you want to explain what tablet you're putting into your
I like
bottle.
it. Do you know what you call them? What do you call the tablets?
Electrolytes, is it?
Yes, electrolyte. Yeah, yeah.
Anti-doping will come knocking on your door tonight.
Eve McCrystal told me to put a tablet in my bottle. Oh, Jesus. 10 seconds. We're going to lift that cadence higher again. 2, 1. Change your gear. Get the legs moving. Nice and fast. Push, pull. That's it. My hair is too long.
Like another easy way to do like an electrolyte is to get squash or like my waddy or
Yeah.
whatever people call it.
Yeah.
Add a bit of that in and add some salt in as well.
Yeah.
And it's the salt then that'll hydrate the muscles really quick. So that's just a simple way of doing it if you don't want to go out and buy stuff.
Nice and quick legs, girls. Heart rate should definitely be up here. Work through it, you're halfway. 5 minutes, 1 minute left of this. $50 seconds. Good work. Stay on it. Nearly there. I need to breathe properly. Breathe. 20 seconds. Low cadence, drive on, good work. This is like, you know, if you get to top of the hill and you're absolutely shattered and there's a descent and your tendency is to stop and freewheel. This is where you knock it down a gear and push and drive on. So keep on it. Low cadence. Here's your glutes. Keep pushing. 60 cadence. Effort level 7. That's it. It's the last one of low cadence. You got this. Stay on it. One minute left. So just when you're outside, never freewheel when you can pedal and put power down. When others are sitting up for recovery, that's when you'll get past them. And this is just one of those examples. When you're tired, you keep on pushing through. 25 seconds, and we've only 2 minutes left. Well done, ladies. You're almost there. Stay on it now. Ten seconds. You're going back up. That's it. Push on now. Push the legs. Nice and fast. This will hurt, but you're going to get there. Less than 2 minutes. All the way now. Keep that cadence high. But not running away now. It's 95. It's not 100. There's power on through those legs. Almost there. Good work. Keep that cadence. 1 minute. You got this. Come on. Effort level 7. Seconds. Good work. Last 30. Come on. Stay on top of the cadence. Don't let it drop. Seconds. The whole way now. 10. 3, 2, 1. We ring. Good work. Well done, everybody. Great work. Stay for the 10 minutes. Get that full cool down in. Great session. That was brutal. Blame Jamie. I'd be delighted I can't take the blame.
Like I said in the girls session beforehand, I feel when you finish that I should be there as a cheerleader. Like I feel like I should have like little pom-poms or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah, breathing let me go. Me too. Yeah. Yeah.
I love when people like thank me. I'm like, I'm sat at my desk, like watching you all. I've literally done nothing.
Motivation, Elaine. Teamwork. I think I just discovered my highest part. Oh. Good work. You worked hard, so well done. Whew. Apologies for my breathing, Jesus. I'm trying to work on deepening my breath too, so it doesn't come naturally to me. Great session. Good stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of love coming in. Well done, everybody.
Yeah.
That's super session.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to ask for little tips like that. I know it's only something small, but sometimes people don't know that when they get to the top of the climb to immediately get in and push on, you know. So I've won a few races doing that, so just to be aware and have confidence in yourself. You can always do more than you think. You're more than welcome.
Everyone is sweaty.
Yeah, it was a sweaty one because like I have 2 fans on and I wouldn't always take the top off. Would you recommend? Yeah, see, I just have the cadence on my head unit. Like if anybody is going to continue cycling, it is well worth the money to buy yourself a head unit because you've everything there. So it comes with the heart rate strap, you know, so you just kind of have, like, I know they are a bit expensive, but it's for yourself and it's for your health, and you know, it's well worth the money. You know, it'd be the price of 2 nights out. Sure, there's none of us going anywhere. I could never push myself that hard for that long. Yeah, I know. So much easier when you have a group.
Sarah has said here that yoga will help with your breathing.
Yeah, I know. That's definitely 100% why I'm doing it, because I do have exercise-induced asthma and I breathe from here instead of here. So yes, I'm going to do it. I'll report back.
Yeah, it's going to be so interesting to follow that.
Yeah, like I actually find my hips a little bit sore this evening, and I didn't think I did anything this morning, but obviously I am.
Can you
But
imagine?
I'm as stiff as a board. Yeah, yeah. Brutal and brilliant. Yeah, I like that, brutal and brilliant. Like, yeah, horribly hard, but like doably hard. Session on Saturdays. The sprint should be alternate. What did I say? Alternate between
Over and under geared. Is that?
All right, yeah, so you're starting from a hard gear. So it'd be kind of, I'll show you. So like I'm in the big ring and I've 2 gears left at the back, and then so I'm kind of, that's the over gear. And then you get on top of it. That's over gear. You know, it's a hard gear to start. And then in under gear would be kind of more the middle of the block, maybe a 1 up. And so it'd be kind of 3, 2, 1. See? See the difference? You'll start it easier. The over geared is a harder gear.
Somebody has just asked how long is the session on Saturday. So Jamie left that open to what you have time for. he has recommended around a 2-hour session. But I will put that into an email tomorrow. Somebody has said here about yoga with Adrian on YouTube. I love yoga with Adrian on YouTube. So for anyone who does want to do yoga and yeah.
Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I looked that up. Thanks, girls. I'll be 2 foot taller by Easter Sunday.
Yeah, there's something about Adrian. She just has such a lovely presence, and she's a lovely dog, Joey, as well.
Oh, cool. Brilliant, yeah.
And
I do have, like, there's a lovely girl here that does yoga in Blackrock where I live. I just can't, like, oh, well, she's not open, but every time she's open, I say, so I'd love to go. And there's another girl, Laura, that does it in Valda. I'd love to go to them, and I just can never get myself to go. It's like another hour in the day that I don't have. But doing it online is easier.
oh, it's Benji the dog. Why did I say who's Joey's dog, or whose dog is Joey?
Oh, jeez.
It's Benji. Somebody's asked any advice on starting on a step hill or
Steep hill?
steep hill, maybe. Forced to stop at traffic lights. Find it extremely difficult clipping in and out. Start in and oh my god, I can't speak.
I know what you mean. So say the traffic light is at the top of the hill, so you have to be in the wee ring. This is what I mean. Even any traffic light, once you stop, you're in the wee ring to get going again when you're out training. So if you're at the top of the hill, just make sure that one of your feet is clipped in. One of your feet are clipped in. And it doesn't matter about the other foot, because that foot will drive you on. Just keep the other one unclipped until you get going. You don't need the 2 of them clipped in. Like, I've often gone for a minute with just one, or even if you don't get either of them, but you should be able to get one of them clipped in. But if you can't, just pedal on. You'll be fine. Don't think about it. The bike will move. But always be an easy, like, not too easy, because then, you know, it's kind of the middle, up from the middle, in between the middle and the top. You're welcome. So just 1.5 minutes left.
Someone has asked if you spend long stretching after this session. Would you?
The right answer is absolutely I do. I go in and I lie in the mat and I stretch all my muscles. No, that's the right thing to do, that proper athletes do. But not mammies that have to go in and make dinner because the kids are probably starving. So, but yes, if you have time, take 10 minutes and stretch and foam roll, absolutely. That's why I'm in the position I'm in when I can't do a normal stretch in yoga for beginners.
And someone has just put there, love your honesty, and I think that's...
Yeah. I don't know how I'm here. I don't know where I am or how I'm here. Like my legs just go with themselves.
But that's you know, and that's what people can relate to, and that's
yeah,
you know, like that.
Oh, now it came back to bite me in the arse because I did suffer the last few weeks with my tight calf. Do you know that side? 3, 2, 1. That's it. Well done. Just with all the indoor riding, I was like, I've been in since Christmas. I got out today, but my calf tightened up so bad that it was referred pain to my foot, and I couldn't cycle. So I got it needled the other day, and it's much better. But that was just because I just completely neglected stretching, hence the yoga and the new me for Lent.
Brilliant. Well done, everybody. Super session as always. Thanks, Eve. I'm just going to stop the recording.
Okay.